Welcome to the Duck Talk podcast, guys. This is the first episode of the Duck Talk podcast, and where else should we start but with the Dazed Ducks Metagalactic Club? Now, Dazed Ducks Metagalactic Club is the first project that I was introduced into the NFT world with, and I gotta say, I am actually really honored that I am able to participate in this project by actually owning and minting one of the ducks. I actually really do regret not getting more, but I do have plans on picking up more in the future. So just to give you a little bit of an insight of about this particular project, it's 10,000 were minted back on January the 1st of 2022. I was actually a part of the OG mint back in December 15th of 2021, and that was pretty much about a month and a half ago. And the way that this project has blew up, let me tell you, it's just remarkable. The team that's involved with this project, second to none. These guys have really come together and made this project something to be revered. And I'm going to say it right here on this podcast. Dazed Ducks is a blue chip NFT, hands down. These guys are going to only get bigger and better. And you can see in their Discord and their chats how involved the community is and how much information and how helpful everyone is. And that's a good sign. So I just want to dive into this project and to let you guys know a little bit more, because I'm not really seeing a lot of information online about them, which is, I'm going to put an end to that because I feel like this project is not getting the recognition that it deserves. And so I'm here to do it justice. So 10,000 of these NFTs were minted on the 1st of January, like I said. And if you just take a look at this artwork, it is crazy. Like the amount of attention to detail that's going on with this project is. But you know what? I've been a long time follower of Guava the Art, his work, and he is a remarkable artist. I'm just going to bring up his Instagram here for you guys, just so you can see some of the work that he's done prior to this project. And he's been doing this a long time, a very long time, and he has had a lot of time to perfect his craft. This is something that he loves to do, and it shows, as you can see right here. He's a great artist, great guy. And when he actually told me about this project late last year, I was excited. I really didn't know a lot about NFTs, like I said, but the fact that this project was so successful so quickly, I had no choice but to dive in and try to find all the information that I could in regards to NFTs. And I gotta say, it's been a crazy journey, and I'm still learning. And that's the reason why I started this podcast, so that we can build a community together and learn together. So, yeah, Guava the artist is a great artist. He's been doing exceptional work for many years. And I just want to dive in here and just give you some of the analytics to show you exactly how successful this project has been. So we're just going to go into Magic Eden right now. And bear in mind, like I said, or I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I minted, it was one soul to mint this project. And look where the floor price is right now, 16.49. And that is less than 2 months ago. And just take a look at all the artwork. Just look at all the attention to detail. And look at this. It's animated, guys. All of these NFTs are animated. So it's just not a static image. And that's what I also like about this project, that it stands out from the rest, right? They also have a hold to earn DAO. So that's also included when you mint your duck or your ducks. This is mine right here. And this is the estimated weekly payout. Last week I got a little bit more. I think it was like 0.2 Sol. And at the time it was equivalent to around 25 USD. This week is a little bit less, but that's to be expected. They're going to be bringing out a lot of different features on this dashboard, staking being one of them, which is something that I'm really excited about. And yeah, there's a lot of good things coming with this project. This project is not done by any means. They're also working on a play to earn game as well. And I just want you guys to see exactly how great this project is. So I got some of the stats brought up here on Soul Radar, right? And as you can see, look at the floor price. So you can see some of these were being sold for 1.88 Sol, 2, 3.9, and then it just kept going and going and going and going and going. So I feel like this is just the beginning of the project, right? And all the way up to 15.9 to 16.9. It is just crazy, right? The amount of volume that's been going through this project. So I say all that to say this. This is it might be one of those projects that may be out of reach for you. Yeah, 16.49 Sol floor. That's nothing to sneeze at. And understand how some people that are just new to the NFT game and getting their feet wet might not be able to afford it, or might not be able to jump in with this right away. But I definitely think that if you can get your chips up, you should definitely mint one of these ducks, at least one, because I think that this could probably be a 60, 70, 80 Sol project in a few more months. That's no cap, guys. I think that's real, because the way that this team has been able to pretty much take this thing and turn it into something that I've never seen. Like, it's just remarkable. So yeah, Dazed Ducks, guys. And I was able to actually give you guys a little bit of an interview with the creator, Guava the artist, and I will be playing that for you right now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's better. All right. Thanks, guy.
No problem.
Okay. So as I was saying, we have about close to 20 people, I think, we're all together working right now. But it's a growing company, so that's what it is. Everybody just does their part, and the wheel just keeps spinning.
How many pieces did you draw to make the 8,000 ducks?
It's actually 10,000, but there's a bunch of bills, a bunch of skins, a bunch of eyes, a bunch of moats and clothing. I can't tell you off the top of my head. You would have to. I think it's on the white paper where it tells you how many bills and stuff and everything on there. But it's a variation of all the different attributes in the combination that provides each duck with just its own unique style or its own unique duck after they go into the image generator. So
Okay.
that will dispense the different variations of the ducks after all that information is entered, because all that has to be entered, individually by somebody who is either coding or somebody who does that. So Sean did that part. He put all the names and the layers, so that when the kind of machine gets all the different attributes and it shuffles them right, so that sometimes something doesn't go over another one that doesn't supposed to go over that layer or whatever. If an eye were to go, or a skin were to go over the bill, you understand? Then that would have been an error, and then we'd have to refix, for instance, the situation with the jacket that had military jacket or black jacket. It had a mix up of a name, and we had to go in and fix it, and then it changed the metadata for all the ducks. So some of the ducks that were rare, we stayed rare or became super rare, or some of that had the rarity of being rare were actually common ducks, and they were, you know what I mean, they went to being common. So some people were kind of upset, but at the same time, people weren't that upset because, you know, if you, in the matter of what duck you have, they all like have the same value in terms of they, you know.
Would that
of
ever
the,
change in the future? Like
And
the
also,
value?
The only time it changes if the seller, if somebody's selling the duck and they, you know what I mean, they decide to sell it up for whatever the price because they feel close to the duck or whatever. Yeah, they can set whatever price because that's their duck. You know what I mean? But
No, yeah,
it's in terms of ranking and stuff, it's just all about like bragging rights, especially like between collectors, especially if you're a duck holder. And let's say somebody has a particular duck that you like to see, and then that person sees the duck that you have, and they like, you can trade or you can sell each other. You know what I mean? It's just for that reason, really.
yeah,
I don't think too many people was upset before.
Digital playing cards, basically.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. We were
because
just
you
able,
also gave a raffle. Yeah, you guys gave
Yeah.
a raffle. Who won the raffle? How many people won raffle in that situation?
to be honest with you, boss, I really don't pay attention to that stuff that goes on in this guy because I just stay focused on the art.
Yeah, you
So-
got too much to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just pop in every now and then and just say howdy, and then I just dip out and I keep on just working because I really not time for like talk and do any kind of too much distractive things. You know what I'm saying? Some of
That's good.
you know, I think it was two people. You know?
Okay.
One guy that might have won was the guy that has the Walter White. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude, he's crazy about the art right now.
The fact that we're still early in the NFT stages, where NFTs are still in the infancy stages, where a lot of people still don't know about NFTs. A lot of people don't even understand what NFTs are. They don't even know what OpenSea is or Solana are. You know, all these soul seekers, different secondary markets. So to be able to have this platform and kind of educate people and be able to listen to you talk and you know about how you created your Dazed Ducks project and what it took to create it. It's something that we just want to put out to the public and, you know, for the Caribbean as well. Like for you to be the first person in the Caribbean to put out an NFT to this scale. I mean, this is going down in history. You already made history.
I can't take all the credit. I'm gonna have to be straight up. Sean plays a major role in this too because he brought it to my attention. You know what I mean? Zach, he plays a major role in it too because he's been like the marketing. He's a real marketing monster. You can't call him a marketing machine. You're marketing targets and bring the energy in the crowd and the right people. You know what I mean? Towards the vibes. And you got
The market is crazy.
really, really great with his tech and the tech team that he sourced with us with. So I gotta give a shout out to Mo as well too, and Ella from Switzerland and Germany, and them dudes are like monsters with his tech. You know what I'm saying? So it's all them people, you know what I mean? I'm just the visionary in terms of the visuals and the anything creative per se. And then Sean, he's just great with coding and him being the CFO as well too. That's just everybody just plays their part, and the thing does work hand in hand. It's just one of them things where the universe aligned us in a sense. So he brought it to my attention. So I gotta give credit starting with him, and then the rest, and then I guess before that, it's just me just always grinding and hoping that one day I was gonna do this shit and get it, you know what I mean, to the goals that I always wanted to achieve. So here I am.
Right. So did you know these guys before they actually got big into the market?
Yeah, Sean, I knew from Instagram. He started following me because he likes art a lot, you know what I mean? And he's been following me for a good few years, and I respect that. So, and he'd always give a little comment every now and then, or but it just seems as though he had plans to use, you know what I mean, or team up with me in the future. So then one day he out of the blue just sent me a message, and then he called me on WhatsApp, and then we just chopped it up. And he told me, about NFTs and stuff, and he said, "Yo, I think you'll make a killing in the NFT world, blah blah blah. So I think we should do this and blah." So I was like, "All right, fine, you know what I mean? Let's go." And the man's helped me set up my first NFT account, and then I did some one-offs and stuff, and I got a little bit of money, but there wasn't anything to talk about, because I didn't know the direction of where NFTs were heading or where they were, what you could do with them. You know what I mean? All I see was people were just drawing and uploading stuff and then just making this crazy money. you know. So I just thought it was just some kind of crazy like digital cash grab. But then as time rolled on, and then you dove in more, then you learn more about it, and you realize it's intellectual property. That's where your mind starts to expand. You're like, you can fucking pretty much do anything when you own this NFT. You understand? It has so much power. I should say.
There's so much utility in the NFT, or you could.
It's a new way of it's a new way of currency, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
But what you look at sorry, not to cut you off, but most of these NFTs, they're all like static images. Where did you come up with the concept that you were going to make it into a movable image where it has like animation to it? That, to me, in itself, has so much more value than all the other NFTs that I see in all these marketplaces.
Well, first of all, we wanted to sell somebody a quality NFT. So we wanted them base our project based on the art itself instead of just creating a one-of-a-kind image where you're the only person who has that particular image based on if it's a different color or something added to it or whatever, which is a lot of them people, what they did. So we actually want to give people like really good art. So even when you do buy it and you feel like you just bought an image, you still feel good about the image you bought because it has so much detail and, it looks unique. Anyways, so with all the static images we saw around, and Sean started I can animate stuff fast. He figured, well, hey, let's try and animate the 25 legendaries. And I said, all right, fine, we'll just animate the 25 legendaries. And he got to thinking again, and he's like, it would be even more awesome if we can just give everybody pretty much basically an animated image. So we don't have to animate the whole thing. We can just animate different attributes. And that's where we hired Caitlin. She's this young girl here who has a lot of talent. She's 17 years old, and she's self-taught as well. And she helped to animate a lot of the attributes. So like some of the spiders moving and stuff. Yeah, those are the jobs we pinned her with. And some of the stuff on the bills and stuff. So she animated the eyes, a bunch of the eyes and stuff. She did a lot of the attributes animation. So that helped with for the work to like spin faster. See what I'm saying? So shout out to Caitlin as well too. She's an amazing artist. Like so much talent you have no idea about. Like she's like, if I would like train anybody apart from my child or my wife, it'd have to be her. But her nothing, I'm gonna like start my own company right off the bat. Because I just pretty much on she way. She's better than me. I'll be honest. I just way better than me. And Tafari is not like a genius. He's just very smart. Yep.
Like who would ever thought, like when we were growing up in Antigua, going to school, who would ever have thought that this would be the way of the future where you could create a collection and make money off of it, a digital collection, and make a killing off, not just money, a killing and consistent passive income off of it. The way the world is moving right now is just so crazy. Like, imagine if we had this stuff all grown up.
Everybody been trying to get rich right after college. So, I
Right.
mean, it's well overdue.
Yeah.
Straight up.
But the way I see it, right, is this way. I've always been, I might as well make fun of me all the time, but whatever. I've always been like this sci-fi dude. So, I've always tried to project my thoughts and my images forward. So every time I watch these movies and stuff, and I would always pay attention to a lot of the details that people don't really pay attention to, like the currency and stuff, and just the little inventions and stuff that's going on in the film versus the film itself. So these are things that I always pay attention to, and I always say, okay, this might be coming next, or this will come next, or this will come next. Like for instance, the movie Class Plus. There's a scene in there where the chick was like in the plane, and she had this little tiny ass CD player, and the CD was very tiny, and mini this didn't even come out yet, and this was like in the early 90s, and I saw that. I was like, man, so that's what's gonna come next after CDs, you know what I mean? This came. It didn't last, but it came. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So these films, they always show you like what's pretty much gonna come next. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, here we are. Look at fucking Ready Player One. Like man should have been on that from jump. And look where we're heading now. Like it's going to play to earn games. Like it's already started.